I am back, and I am going to show you today another knife from the Witharmour lineup. Now, this one is part of their older line. We've looked at two of their newer ones that were really nice. I really liked them. This one is not any less nice. It's just kind of part of their older product line. A little more traditional in design, but I think you guys are going to like it. I really liked the, I forgot the name of it. I'll have to put it in text somewhere down here when I talk about it, but it's a brother / cousin knife to that one. And the model number here is, bam, right there. It's also known as the Shooter. So, inside the box, not a lot going on. You got your do not eat. You got your Witharmour information and warranty card. Okay. Nice foam packing, all right, so you know that this thing is in there secure. And then you got your knife. Now I'm doing this one inside, upside down, so I apologize now if the video angles are a little crazy, but I'm doing my best. So you've got kind of a conventional steel liners, G10 scales, really nicely done G10 scales though. Very smooth, very well milled, and then you've got some cutouts there to give you some good traction. You've got a 3-way adjustable clip, so there's more than average amount of soup for everyone, okay? It comes set up for right hand tip down, but you can do a left hand option for tip up, and you also have a right hand option for tip up, which is the way I typically like to carry. And you can see you've got an extra set of clip screws that are mounted there in the right hand tip up position for you. So that's cool. You've got extra screws. You can leave them there, or you can just put them away. But yeah, at least you have them there. Now, what would be really cool, just off the top of my head right now, is if they came out with some inserts that you could put in those cutouts for the clip. I think that would look really, really cool. You know, wherever your clip's not mounted at the time. The clip really reminds me of the Raven Crest clip. That's going to need a little bit of breaking in, but it's also going to really give you good retention, and the way that it's positioned there, it's not gonna tear up your pocket or anything, I don't think either. So that's nice. So looking at the pivot, it looks like it needs a fancy tool, but if you take a look inside, you can see it has standard star driver type access there, so you can mess with that pivot any way you need to with conventional tools too. Comes perfectly centered out of the box, no worries. Nice weight. It's a little bit of a smaller knife, you know, again, EDC sized. This is not going to be a hard use or like a heavy action knife, but flipper and thumb studs. Nice action on the thumb studs. Very comfortable to do, and that's, you know, thumb studs, I like flippers, I really like flippers, I love front flippers, but good old-fashioned thumb studs are always my favorite opening mechanism. Nice ergonomics on where the flipper opens to. We'll talk about that in a minute. Let's check the opening. So that was push button, and you can feel this is a bearing knife. Now it comes a little bit tight, but you can feel those bearings are very smooth. So push button opening and light switch. So light switch. Need to use a little bit of, you know, oomph to get past the detent. It's also brand new out of the box, so again, it might need to break in, but whether you like to push button open or light switch open, and as I'm doing this, not a lot of wear and tear on my thumb. Not a lot of the liner lock exposed, but it's got a good amount of jimping to grab your thumb. And so I've been saying this a lot more often now. If your knife is your fidget spinner, it is for me a lot of the times. I will just kind of mess with it and open and close it and flip it as I'm messing with it. You can do this repeatedly, you know, and there are some knives where the flipper puts a lot of burden on your finger, or the liner lock puts, or frame lock puts a lot of burden on your thumb. This knife does not have that. You can just flick this open and closed all day long without it becoming sore or a pain or anything. Nice crisp sound too when it locks. That's important. You need a good sound when it locks open. Let me turn this light on over here, top of the camera. There we go. So you've got a nice two-tone finish on the blade. You've got a very nice stone wash. and then you've got a nice dark coating. Now, not as much marking going on the blade as the newer models, and I know a lot of people are kind of turned off by the big, you know, billboard type stuff. So very simple steel markings and maker's mark on the front. You see it, you know, nice EDC size, almost a little too small for my hand. But even with big hands, I've got some room to hold on to it. Now, I had mentioned where the flipper sits a little earlier. So, you know, I've had the problem lately where some flippers kind of protrude down into the choil where you're holding it. This flipper stops perfectly with the end of the choil, so it doesn't feel like it's pushing my finger back at all. I can grab it very comfortably. The clip, even though it kind of juts out a little bit there, to make it easier to get in your pocket, does not bite into my hand. I can hold it comfortably. There's no jimping on the spine, which I'd like to see a little bit, but you know, where your hand locks into that choil and you've got a little bit of jimping here on the spine, I feel like I've got a pretty good grip on it. I like it. So you've got a flat saber ground blade, drop point shape, 3.25 inch blade, pretty standard for a knife in this category. 440C steel, so we're going to have to talk about that. There are some people that are very turned off by 440C. I like 440C. It can be heat treated and be a very nice, simple steel for your knife blade for EDC use. We say this all the time, and there's some other folks that comment on the channel a lot, and you know, experienced people agree. It's all in the heat treat. You can have the greatest super steel in the world, but if it is not heat treated properly, it's worthless. So a good heat treat on a 440C is going to do great for your everyday carry. And Witharmour, we've shown in a hard use on one of their fixed blades made of 440C, they do a great heat treat. That's one of the things I like about Witharmour. They're affordable, simple materials, and it's produced well. That's one of the things I really like about Witharmour is that the high production standards, produced well, and you know, they come to you as useful tools. And there we go. As you see, their 440C blade comes out of the package, just razor sharp. I don't have 550 cord, so let's haven't done this in a while, huh? It shaves, shaving sharp, right? It's their knives are actually pretty good, pretty damn good. I would put them up in the category of any high-end CRKT, high-end Kershaw, definitely above, you know, budget quality, way above budget quality. Some of their stuff, some of their new stuff, I would even say if it had a Benchmade or a Spyderco name on it, you'd pay 2 or 3 times more than you pay for the Witharmour name. They just turn out really nice stuff. If you look fit and finish wise, I mean, it is perfect. There is nothing to speak of. No overbite, no underbite on the liners or the materials. Everything here just lines up perfectly. It's got a nice look to it. I'm redoing my ratings right now, by the way, to separate it out a couple categories. So I can't give the ratings the way I normally would on this because I really want to rethink them. But this would definitely, it would get a good score. You know, it's got a nice look to it. It's got a sort of professional look to it. It does look like a lot of other mid-level knives. It's true because, you know, there's only so much you can do, but at the same time, there's something about it that says Witharmour. If you look at a lot of the knives in Witharmour brand, so it kind of carries those company lines. You know, price-wise, you can find this online, Amazon Prime right now, $29.99, less than $30. And I think that this is, for the price, it's pretty good. With the quality and the materials, right on par. Some people might say that they wouldn't want to spend any more than that for 440C, but again, heat treating is everything. And I have a Witharmour fixed blade, and their 440C blade actually has held an edge longer than some, you know, better steels from some other companies. So there's just a whole lot of stuff in the Witharmour lineup. This is great, I think, for hold on, I'm just checking. Skeletonized? No, not skeleton. No skeletonization within the liners, but I mean, weight-wise, it's not bad. In your pocket, it's not going to take up too much room. I really love the thumb stud action on this thing. And that, by the way, that backspacer G10, not plastic. So this is another one that if we were going to customize, could do a whole lot of stuff with it. If you wanted, it just has that shape and the ability to do that. So you know, it's a relatively simple blade shape, just, you know, getting your work done, but it would make a really good everyday carry. A couple things on it that I would maybe think about changing, and I already spoke to those things. But other than that, I think that, you know, for the price you're paying, you're getting a good everyday carry knife. You know, another factor to bring into it is if you were to take this one out in public and just do some work with it, it doesn't look like you're getting ready to go on a stabbing spree. It doesn't look like a combat knife, to me anyway. It looks like a legit tool that you could carry and do some work, you know, on a job site, around, I don't know, you know, my views of what legitimate office work is kind of skewed, I will admit. My office has always been a little bit more rough and tumble than some other offices, so maybe I'm looking at things a little bit wrong, but if I saw somebody take this out in public and, you know, do something with it, I wouldn't perceive it as a big threatening knife, you know what I mean? Other people, snowflakes, may think that, you know, a Swiss Army knife is threatening. Maybe I shouldn't even get into that whole minefield there, but, you know, the name the shooter, I don't know, but it feels good to just, that action is really, really nice. I really like it. I'm not in a position to test the lock right here, but it has a really nice solid lockup feel, and I have not, to this point in my life, had a Witharmour lock fail on me before. So this is a pretty nice knife. And, you know, in terms of laws, and I'm speaking right now across the United States, you know, because that's where the majority of my audience is right now. But in terms of U.S. knife sizes, this is legal in most places. So it's just a good size. A lot of times people ask me about, like, what's a good knife to get. You know, I don't have one yet, and I want a good knife to carry around. This would be a pretty good one. You know, I don't like to use the word starter knife because that implies to me that, you know, you get rid of it after a while. I still have knives that are however many years old. I wouldn't say, like, get it and then throw it away, but this would be a good one to start carrying if you haven't, you know, picked one out yet. It's reasonably priced, reasonable size, good materials, good quality, and, you know, Witharmour makes some quality stuff. So I like showing them off to you guys. So what do you guys think of the Witharmour shooter, otherwise known as the WA-032BK? Your thoughts? Like it? Don't like it? Anybody have one? Want to tell us about their experience? I mean, in all honesty, I like the newer ones. I like the sheep's foot and I like the Dro. Love them. I'd pick them over this, but there's also, you know, an increased price tag going on, so this is a very reasonably priced one. And I have more Witharmour ones to show you too. Just trying to space them out a little bit so that you have time to digest and form opinions on them. I'm not throwing them all in your face at once, but I do like this one. This is cool. I don't know which one I like more, this one or the Torpedo. The Torpedo is very much like the Ravencrest Fury. Your thoughts, guys. Go ahead. Ready? Go. So, well, while you're thinking about it, dropping your comments, please take some time to check out all the links in the video description and just peruse, have a good time, check out all those things. And remember, you are all absolutely awesome. I appreciate every single one of you, and I will be back again real soon.